Did you know slavery built Ivy League universities? Did you know that prestigious universities like Harvard, Yale, Princeton, and Brown were funded and built through profits from slavery? Many early donors made fortunes from the slave trade, and enslaved Africans physically built parts of these campuses. These institutions became elite off the backs of enslaved labor. Welcome back to Black History Stories 13, where we uncover the hidden truths they don't teach in school. If you love learning the real history, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and share it with your family and friends. Because these are the stories that deserve to be told. Long before these universities became centers of prestige and power, they were places that profited directly from the slave trade and the labor of enslaved Black people. At Harvard, enslaved Africans worked in the homes of early presidents, professors, and students. Harvard's endowment even grew from donations tied to slavery and the Atlantic slave trade. The school owned slaves well into the 1700s, people whose names were rarely recorded, but whose work helped build the foundations of the oldest university in America. At Yale, enslaved people built campus structures, cooked, cleaned, and served the elite young men who would go on to become presidents, governors, and businessmen. Yale received large donations from slave traders and plantation owners who made their wealth off Black bodies. Columbia University, originally called King's College, was founded in New York City, a city that once thrived on the slave trade. Many of its early trustees and donors were connected to slavery. Enslaved Africans laid bricks, mixed mortar, and built the original college buildings by hand. Princeton University, too, had enslaved people living and working on its campus. Early presidents and professors owned slaves who cooked their meals and maintained the university grounds. Even Brown University, which later became one of the first to publicly acknowledge its ties to slavery, had deep roots in the slave economy. The Brown family, who helped fund the school, made much of their wealth from the slave trade. Fast forward to the 21st century. Around 2017 to 2023, many of these same universities began to face public pressure to confront their slaveholding past. Memorials, statues, and buildings named after slaveholders or benefactors tied to slavery started coming down. Yale renamed Calhoun College, once honoring John C. Calhoun, a fierce defender of slavery, after decades of protests. Harvard removed symbols and portraits of enslavers and began a formal project to study its ties to slavery. Princeton dropped the name Woodrow Wilson from its School of Public Affairs due to his racist legacy. Georgetown University, built by Jesuits who sold enslaved Africans to fund its campus, now offers scholarships to descendants of those very slaves. These universities once displayed slave-related memorabilia and portraits with pride, but as awareness grew, they were forced to remove them, acknowledging that the foundation of their greatness was laid by the enslaved. The truth is, behind the marble walls and ivy-covered towers lies the untold story of our ancestors' sweat, pain, and skill. Their labor built institutions that excluded them for centuries. But now, history can no longer be hidden. We honor their memory by telling their stories, stories of resilience, intelligence, and unbreakable spirit. If this story opened your eyes, give this video a like. Subscribe to Black History Stories 13, turn on your notification bell, and share this with your family and friends, so together we can keep uncovering the truth about our history. Because knowing where we came from is the key to knowing who we are. This is Black History Stories 13, where the truth always lives.